There we go. I was about to say, YouTube, you've pushed me a little too far, one too many times. You're about to rumble, and you were going to lose because I was going to hit YouTube, and they were going to fall. But welcome to another RSG stream. This one being our Jedi Academy. I'm your host, Ring DJ 1999, bringing you the best and brightest of content creators and players around the world to our show, and this is a Q&A show. And if you're new to the Jedi Academy, this is the way. It's pretty simple. We have a wonderful panel. You've got questions. We combine the two, and the way you get your question responded to is all you need to do is simple. You put your question into the chat. You make sure you put the word question in front of your statement, so that way it helps us, as you can see all the people that know what's going on are doing right now, and then that helps us scoop it up, and then we will get the questions around the panel here and get your answers that you need for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes as we talk the latest and greatest in news and notes of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and have fun doing it. Joining me on this epic adventure to help me with all the work is Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire. Pretty much how I feel right now too, Finn. And then Finn, how do you mess up your own mouth by doing something like that? You're just going.
I got a little spittle.
You dumbass. Also joining us all the way from Australia, Aussie. We've got Heinzie.
Hello, gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well over there.
We are.
It's evening here at the moment, of course, so good evening for all of my friends down under.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to pop back on here and join you fine gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right. And then also our returning champion coming all the way from the Colorado Rocky Mountain Highs. We've got the one and only Warrior from Warrior Presents here.
What's happening?
There he is. He's the Spartan himself.
Yep.
And I'm sure we'll have some more panelists pop up if they are going to here eventually. Some are probably just waking up going, oh, God.
They're all just casually late, like always.
Yeah, they just, they show up whenever they want, do whatever they want, I mean, just trying to run a show on time here, what do I care, make my job easier, damn it. But go ahead and get your questions in. We will get those scooped up, and it does behoove you to get your questions in sooner rather than later because we will have a cutoff for questions. We don't get to all the questions. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but especially last-minute ones, there will be a time cutoff, and then that's the way that'll play out. Now, for the rest of the day, right after I get done with my Jedi Academy, we're going to go do GAC, 3v3. We're not a big fan, but I do it anyway for you guys because it's fun. I just enjoy hanging out with you guys. And
That's awesome. Hey, what's your current GP right now?
5 point. Give me a second. I looked in a second. 5 point something. Come on, game, help me to help them. 5.417.
Nice.
So
5.4, not bad.
I'm getting there. Got my Galactic Ray all done. I've got my Mando team looking good. I'm losing my mind trying to get Cheddar comlinks for these goddamn new bounty hunters. So Mando's relicked, but I got to get Crave to relic, and he's 11 just sitting there because of those stupid pieces that have needed astronomical tons. I thought stun guns were a pain in the ass. Wait till you do the bounty hunters, and you need Cheddar comlinks. It's not just a food; it's a pain in your ass. And a piece of gear. And virtual. And all that other stuff. Yeah, so it's not good. It's not been good. I'm trying to get grief done, and they're just not letting me do it, Warrior.
Remember, they added those so they could reduce the the burden of gear.
Yeah, they lied. They really did. They really did, yeah. It's just... So, yeah, I had this is the first time ever, plenty of Carbantes, plenty of stun guns, plenty of all the other gear. The Cheddar comlinks come in, you need 5 million of the damn things on each level, and you're just like, what the hell? Where do these bastards come from? And they're hard to get, too. The drop rates suck when you farm them, and they only come the guild event store. Right, you can get 5 pops at a time. Sometimes they're in the shard store. Everything is, but it's just bullshit. All right, so guys and gals out there, get your questions in. We're going to start. We're already scooping them up. It's starting to come in hot and heavy off the presses. Before we get going here, no, meow meow. I said cheddar, not cheddar. You're quit thinking about food. God damn it, meow meow. It's too early in the morning for your cheese jokes. But anyway, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you're watching us right now. Always important. Help support the content that we're putting out. Also, the longer you watch, the more view time we get, the more our show will be recommended to all of SWGOH. And pass the word around. If you like what you've seen, you tell all your friends, your neighbors, your dingoes, whatever you got to do. Let them know about it. So while we're getting the... Yeah, eating the baby. Get your
that point already.
Yeah, brother. The week I've had, man. That goddamn hill, man. Yeah, watch the video. You'll see like all the shit I've been doing. I think people think I'm a madman, and I'm like, no, just labor. So anyway, usually we start off the show by just talking about your thoughts about what's been going on in the game this week. Problem is, not been a lot going on in this game this week or the week previously. We still don't have a road ahead. And, so I thought maybe we would just sit around and talk about our feelings because there's not a damn thing going on really to talk about.
My question is, why did everyone expect, serious question, why did everyone expect a road ahead this week?
Because they said they were putting out one soon.
Yeah, but soon meant June 1st.
Oh, I misunderstood. Soon TM. Okay.
Yeah, no, because like quarter 3, is like gotta be, they're probably,
March, April,
quarter 3 is going to be the next like quarter or road ahead blog, and so they'd probably bring the road ahead like just ahead of quarter 3. So I was thinking like June, and then everybody started freaking out and saying it was going to be coming out this week, and I thought, that's weird. Everyone's expecting it this week. And so I was kind of blown away. The whole community was expecting it, and then it didn't happen. And I was like, that's what I thought. But everybody else was kind of sad, and I was like, I didn't expect it myself personally. But everybody else thought it was coming out. But when they say soon, like, I mean, I was thought when I heard that, I thought soon meant like like a month. So
yeah. That makes sense. I mean, I'm in no opinion of they'll put it out when they put it out. The thing that I've been getting asked, I don't know about you, Heinze and Warrior, and me and Finn have been just bombarded. Like, what do you think it's going to say? What are they going to do? Like, we don't know. I don't have a damn clue what the hell it is. They keep saying there's this big thing, but
the banning of players is kind of a big thing.
Yeah,
that's true. We did get the. What's up with that? I haven't really. So I guess.
It popped up about an hour ago. Actually, I was live mucking around on Twitch waiting for you guys to be ready.
But yeah.
It popped up. Apparently, people on purpose have been putting in, obviously with 3v3, they've been chucking in Hermit Yoda, they've been chucking in 3PO and Wat Tambor. You obviously don't do any attacks there. And apparently it's a cheat mechanism that people are using on purpose for advantage in the game. And people using that, CG have apparently been insta-banning accounts if you have been setting that lineup in that team. So basically, if you come up against it, I've been telling people at this stage to screenshot it, don't attack it, just screenshot it and report it and let it go at this point, because they're actually banning people for doing it because it's just a pretty crap sort of thing to do, really.
It's strange, like how can you ban people for just using a team that's supposed to be working correctly? I don't understand. I mean, it's not cheating. If you use Hermit Yoda 3PO 1, none of them are bugged.
Because it's done by an algorithm.
Yeah. But
people are going in with crap against that team because you don't need to do anything, right?
Yeah.
And so since you don't need to do anything against it, if you use a low-level team, all they see is you beating a team of a certain power with something so much worse, and they're like, ban.
Correct. You can go in there with a Gear 6 character and win. You can go in with a Gear 1 character and win because there's no attacks.
But still doesn't
and
make sense.
And not to mention that it's a win in like a few seconds, right? There's no way you should be able to, theoretically, win a match in less than a second.
Yeah.
Or
Do
2
not
seconds.
attack.
I know, but
or
it still doesn't make sense. Like, why are you? If someone doesn't want to fight and they just put that in there, you're gonna ban
My
someone
question
for
is, hold
that?
on. So
No,
So my
it's an
question is,
algorithm issue on CG.
somebody puts that on, and then another person goes in and beats it with like a Gear 1 character, and then the computer bot bans the attacker.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then
Automatic ban.
so now they're going after the person who set the defense, or you're saying that it's banning.
They haven't even acknowledged it, as far as I know. I've seen nothing on the forum or anything from an actual
No, either.
dev regarding this.
But there
So
have
my
been
question, I guess my
members-
question is: have they addressed the people who are setting the team, or are they going to be addressing that? Or are you guys talking about the bans that are happening to the people who are
to the people who are attacking.
To the
Yeah,
attacker.
to the people that are attacking. So the
That
system
even makes less sense.
No, the system's red flagging those that attack and win in under half a second.
Which doesn't make sense. Why is it flagging?
Because they
If
won in
someone's
under
going
half a
frozen
second.
and carbonite and puts that team on, they're just like, "Huh, there you go, I win. You know,
Yeah.
so
You're-
there's nothing wrong with those characters.
So
They're
you're making
working
it-
as intended. The person goes in and attacks, so you punish the person. What the hell are we doing over there, CG?
Yeah.
Why is this even a thing?
Correct. And that's what we've been saying. In 5v5, you can't do that. In 3v3, you can do that because there's enough
Right.
characters retreating that you can set that team up. It's something that you can't do in 5v5 because there aren't 5 retreating characters automatically.
That doesn't make
start.
sense. Someone sees that and says, okay, I don't really need to attack with anything, so they just go in there and make their basic attack with it, and it's like,
Yeah. They
you're
just-
punishing
they
the
throw
players
anything
for
in.
that?
Correct. But this is the point.
For Christ's
You
sakes.
can create a code where you can't have 2 Galactic Legends in one lineup, but you can put all these 3 characters together.
You know, because, and it's really
what I mean?
surprising.
So
I
if
mean,
you're
I
playing
think it's
against,
really
like,
surprising
You know, a
considering-
Team Instinct player and you don't like them, you can just do that, and then they get auto banned. That's actually hilarious, but terrible all at the same
Mhm.
time.
Yeah.
Any player, doesn't matter where.
That's
It's just
terrible.
nasty. It's a
I mean,
nasty
that- yeah,
thing to
that's-
do.
What are we
Terrible.
doing? What are
I mean,
we doing?
I mean, it's really surprising coming from CG though, because you know how thorough they are with their 5v5 testing, and then they implemented the 3v3, and you would have thought that they did some really thorough testing on 3v3, because you know how prevalent it is all over the game, and it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed in what I'm seeing from CG right
It's
now.
The
awful.
funniest part is cheating is so prevalent with, you know, in the game already, and then their bots, you know,
Yes.
auto ban people who aren't cheating, but then people are cheating.
I mean, you kind of understand that the system's just working as intended. I mean, its job is to pick up things that are irregular. But yeah, you shouldn't be able to set this in the first place.
Why?
I don't mind that people
Oh,
are
I think
setting
you
it.
can.
To
I
be
think
honest,
you should be able to set it. There's nothing wrong with the characters. They're not bugged. There's no errors going on that we're aware of. The team is like, especially for someone going for Frozen and Carbonite, they could put that team down and, you know,
actually helps you.
Yeah.
And a lot of the feats and stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you need to win a battle with X, Y, or Z, you can just throw it in there, even if they're
Yeah.
crap.
yeah.
and you
I mean,
win.
I had
Get
someone
the
like,
portrait.
I had someone that put like on the first round that put Cup. Mob Enforcer and Rose, and they were like no gear whatsoever. I did the battle in like 10 seconds. Like I should get banned, you know? I mean, it's just not my fault.
Do you know what happens to the victory part of it? Because I'm wondering if this is kind of backfiring on the people going for Frozen and Carbonite because they put this team on defense and then the other person gets banned. So do they auto win and kind of screw themselves?
Oh, no!
Carbonite. I didn't even think of that. Did they win because of the ban?
Oh
Yeah,
no! You get an email.
They win. Well, I don't know about the ban, but they.
I don't
No,
know.
no,
I
the
think if
person
someone's
that puts that
setting
on
the
deep-
team, they're
Yeah.
probably doing it to actually cause a ban to the other person.
Yeah, it's malicious.
I think it's actually a malicious team intentionally set
Yeah.
to screw the other person, which is why Capital Games should be looking at it, because it's designed to screw the offensive player.
Well, how did the
Mhm.
people know that this would lead to a ban? Because there's nothing anywhere that says that
They
this is-
didn't. They initially put it in just
Maybe
because
not
it was a team
2
for
weeks
nothing.
ago, but now everyone should know that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, no, 3v3 only started like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're into round 2 out of the whole tournament.
Oh,
Yeah, we're in
Oh.
the first round of 3v3 and the second
oh,
round.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we only figured out in the last phase, and I heard people mentioning it, but I've seen nothing from CG about it. So I was like, well, I've never seen it. Now it's been just like more and more reports because one person figured it out, and then it's just spread.
No,
I know. This whole thing is surprising. No word from CG, not thorough testing for 3v3. I mean, this whole thing is a conundrum.
You know what? I mean, look, I understand why they haven't attended to it. They're too busy riding the road ahead.
That requires 15 people. You're not wrong. Because, they spend their lunch break sitting around writing the road ahead live.
No, that's the Q&A, Finn. They don't use a lunch break for...
Both. You think they don't do that practice? They practice seasoned veterans at lunchtime live documentation.
That is just craziness, man. I can't believe that this is happening. I can't believe we're discussing this. Like, this is a thing, and we have to cover it, even though it's the most asinine, stupid thing I've ever heard.
Well, there you go.
It's ridiculous.
Effort in chat. Warrior, unfortunately, a mate of his guildmate got banned because of this bug.
You know what would be funny now?
Yeah, that
in
is
one zone,
stupidity. That sucks.
And the problem is that they're not going to fix it quickly. We've got a territory battle we're about to head into, boys, in the next how many hours?
Yeah.
The guild's affected by it because there's a missing account.
Yep.
That's pretty awful.
That is not cool at all.
No, that's not.
Well, it's light side, so nobody's getting anything.
Speak for yourself. We're going to do pretty well. I got those Galactic Rays ready. They're pretty amazing, so kiss my ass, Finn.
You know what you should do, Ranger? In one zone in the front, you put Galactic Legend, and in the other one, you put the Watt, 3PO, and Hermit Yoda. No one's going to be able to beat any of your zones.
You're not wrong, Finn.
Don't you? See, this is science. We are using what CG has provided, and obviously has not come out to say is a bug at this point.
Like half their team.
That's right.
Put those 3 in the front, and then they would instantly win all those 25 battles, and do an instant permaban 25 of their members.
Well, yeah, the guy.
Half of a team is instant permaban.
I know every time someone faces me in GC now, they're like, "Oh my god, it's Ranger." I don't know what's worse, the Galactic Legend or that 3PO team he's throwing us at. I'm afraid to go get banned. We're not even going to face it. I'm just going to give up. No tax on Ranger. It's too much. All right.
It's too OP.
This is way overpowered. OMG for Cabber. All right. Well, that's a thing. So get your questions in. Let's start doing some questions there, Dr. Finn. I haven't really looked at my opponent. I know he didn't attack my Galactic Legend. He didn't even bother. I'm afraid if I see that, what's going to happen? Like, oh no, 1A! God. Oh, this is stupid. All right, let's get to the questions, Dr. Phil. Oh my God.
Well, we answered the first question.
Well, yeah, if you have any questions about that, yeah, we
1972,
kind of just covered all that.
The banning of people with
yeah, that's
3PO.
crazy.
We kind of got the answer. All right. So, Heinzie, I'll ask you the first question here from, of course, Bill Buttlicker.
Oh, hey!
Billy, my boy.
Yeah, there he is.
Billy Buttlicker.
Yeah, he's shown up.
And his question is, what is the best team to use with the Galactic Legend Rays in Lightside TB? I finally finished her Ultimate and want to try it out.
I'm finding, again, obviously, I've just unlocked mine not long ago. I am working on the Ultimate at the moment. I have her at Relic 7. This will be the first time I'll be basically taking her out on the field, so that'll be cool. Best combination I've seen so far is obviously the two hero, Finn and Poe. They work really well together. Holdo's an interesting one to throw the foresight around a bit as well. AoEs are good and stun. That works really well. Fist slot, you could try, BB-8 obviously, if you get that up and running, and then you got the Whirlwind up and running too. That's pretty cool. That's probably a pretty good combination. I'm actually using Chewie in Arena at the moment, so I could chuck Chewie in there for guard as well. That's an interesting little mechanic I've been using, and that keeps me pretty high in Arena. So look, again, I'll speak to a few guys in my guild and see what they're going to use, but definitely chucking the heroes in there, I highly recommend that. And Holdo, if you got a relic up, which you need to.
Yeah, she's Relic 5 anyway. Yeah.
Highly recommend it because the foresight is very helpful.
Yeah, if you've got your ultimate on her, you're going to just wreck that. Without the ultimate, I had her unlocked and squared away, working on her ultimate advance no, I didn't have her. I just got her to like Relic 6, and I was doing light side GOTV. I got to the tail end. And even in phase 3, she was a monster, right?
Even without her, I mean, Hero Finn. We did a video actually. I did some stuff with E-Grace Gamer a while ago, the Macho Man from Shadowlands, and we actually did Resistance Hero Poe just with the conventional. Jedi raid training team, BB-8, blah blah blah, and chuck Finn and Poe in there, and they were clearing 4 out of 4 waves if they're modded really well. So they are certainly a damaging combination anyway, whether you have Galactic Ray or not.
She just makes it easier, way easier.
Yeah.
I mean, she just, especially with the ultimate, because she's gonna put that off and then just start wiping things with the.
You can't beat them. You can't break. They can't break through.
No.
So, if you want to obviously get more territory points, certainly, obviously. I mean, a lot of people will be working on Rey or Finn or Kylo anyway. Sorry. Regardless, they're pretty strong.
Yeah, I had an interesting one of my shard mates. Speaking of Kylo, he wanted to test out. He knew my Rey and his team was maxed out for arena. It's like, can you attack me? And I said, yeah. So I did 2 rounds because he wanted to see, because not a lot of people are beating him, but we're at the same time, so we never fight each other anymore, right? So I went and recorded the battles for him. I did the first one. The funniest thing happened. It got to the point where. I went first, then his Kylo did his thing, and then I did a whirlwind. Then he did another attack. His Kylo got his ultimate kick, get ready to start kick off. I did my Rey's ultimate, but then his Kylo ultimate hit, and because of the turn meter, for like 3 minutes of the fight, it was just Kylo doing his ultimate over and over and over again, and not able to kill my team. I recorded this and sent it to him. He said, "That is the funniest shit I've ever seen." I said, "I'd never seen it like that before," because I did another fight and won. But it was crazy how that loop happened, and I don't know if it was a bug. We thought it was a bug at first because Kylo just kept ultimate swing, nothing happened. He'd go ultimate again, swing, 100 turn. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like, if that's what's happening, like, dude, this first battle, this is what happened. No wonder you're never dropping, man. Your ultimates won't stop. So yeah, good old Kylo Ren. All right, next question. What do we got there, Finadoodle?
Okay. Warrior, question to you from Aramil ANZGC. And the question is, do you think the term OP is overused in this game? I see it used every time there is a shift in the meta, but counters always show up sooner or later.
Oh yeah, overpowered is a very loose term used in all games, and anytime something new comes out, people are like, "Oh, it's so OP," and definitely for ships, something comes out, and then as soon as people realize the counter, but I, to be fair. It's a loose term to just mean that it's powerful, right? So it's just a gaming term to mean this is super powerful, and especially in ships when something comes out, they've designed the newest, greatest thing to be powerful. So it is an overused term. I think it would be better to reserve it for like something that's extra powerful and not just a newer powerful thing, but. I think it's hard for the community to not do that. And I think that's all of us, right? When something cool comes out we're like, oh, this is OP, this is cool, but it's not necessarily OP, if you know what I mean. You down with OP, Pete?
Yeah, you know me.
Anyway, is it overused? Yes. But, it's also just kind of a slacky term for, it's a brand new powerful thing, more powerful than some of the predecessors. And that's statistically kind of what happens in games, right? Things come out, they're powerful, and what do they bring out? More powerful. Because there's a power creep in every game. It has to be that way. I guess it doesn't have to be, but kind of it does with mobile games. That's the way it works. They, especially for the pay-for models, everything that comes out needs to be better than previous models. That's how they get you to buy. For people who are free to play, you're not going to be buying, you'll just be waiting. But for those who are paying, they want it to be better than the previous, or they were not going to spend money. So the mobile model it has to be in their eyes OP if they're going to spend money. So
There you go. Science. All right, and look who has appeared.
I'm so sorry for being late. I slept in because I was playing Minecraft with my co-host until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I totally unprofessional. I have no excuse. And what's worse is I will have to duck out early because I have to cook a full English breakfast for my parents as well.
I mean, with the beans and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, I do when I do full English, I do full English. Right, that's not strictly true. I don't do black pudding.
Well, full English for me means something else, but that's just a
You do warm beer?
No, we don't do warm beer on a full English. That's a full Australian breakfast. You know, warm beer.
No, we got ice, bro.
It's sausages, bacon, eggs, hash brown, fried bread, baked beans.
That's what it is. Finn, you should eat that
and
more.
Fried mushrooms and plum tomatoes.
I love some mushrooms.
I had a Twinkie and some fruit snack.
I don't eat breakfast anymore.
Oh, Finn.
I had some coffee. That's it.
Breakfast of champions right there. Twinkie and
No, breakfast
Welch's
of champions is a shot of Zambuca.
Is that doctor's advice, Finn?
Oh no, I don't advise anyone to do what I do. I just do it anyway.
Yeah. He may be a real doctor, but you shouldn't listen to him. All right. Well, we're running around. We got Nev. We got a question for Nev then, right?
Go ahead.
Let's
All
fire
right,
it
Nev. The question to you from Raider Nation, and the question is: I have Galactic Legend Rey, Resistance Hero Finn, and Poe. I currently run Chewie and GK. I was wondering which combo is better for offense and defense: Chewie and HK, or Watt and L3, or would you recommend another pair?
Chewie sounds defensive enough. I would go with Chewie for the defensive option. I would go with Chewie and HK for
Is
the
this for
defensive
Arena?
option.
Finn?
Sounds like he's talking about 3v3.
Oh.
No, I think he's talking about Raider Nation. Confirm. I think he is talking about Arena because he mentions he has those three: Galactic Legend Rey, Resistance Hero Finn, and Poe. Right, so he has those three, and then he's running Chewie and
he's
GK
talking
for the
about
other
what
two.
to run with the other two. Oh God,
Correct.
What he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, I would probably still go with. I would probably still go with Chewie and HK. It really, really doesn't matter what you're running. I mean, especially if you've got the ultimate. It doesn't matter. It is absolutely and utterly. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I
run.
I think that's a leading question from him. It's like, I've got Galactic Legend and I've got Poe and I've got Finn. What should I put in? It's like, do
whatever you like.
I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. What should I do to make myself more beautiful, amazing? It's like, shut up. You're already beautiful and amazing.
Oh, don't be jelly, Nev.
Oh no, I'm not. I couldn't give a rat's ass about Galactic.
I think you are. I think
Ray.
you're jelly of my Galactic Ray. She's beautiful.
No, I'm
It
not
sounded a
jelly of your
little bit
Galactic
that
Ray.
way.
Yeah,
Nev.
it sounds that way, Nev. I think you're a little jelly.
I really don't.
Yeah,
care
I think
about
I think you
Galactic
are.
Legend Ray.
You think of Ranger and go, what a beautiful man with a beautiful
what
team.
What a beautiful man. Shut up. You're already beautiful.
No, I'm not. I am not. Oh,
You
Lord.
don't need to be any more beautiful.
I was being a little ironical there.
Ranger, I think we have to call the Jelly School and
yeah.
to the Jelly School.
Yeah.
Oh, for God, I do not get jelly in this game. I don't get jelly in this. I do not.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I tell you, I mean, Nev's not wrong though. All joking aside, I mean, I'll tell you who I run: Ray, Hero Finn, Hero Poe, JTR, and Gas. And the most I drop is like 8, 9. That's because one of the other two ultimate teams comes in and like, kill, can beat it. But it's I don't ever like 2 days ago. I was at 2. I stayed at 2. So you can use different combinations. I've seen different combinations. I've seen GK and another. I've seen Holdo. I've seen a full resistance team. But yeah, it's what you call the ultimate on either of them, man. It's like,
when you get a new shiny and nobody else has got the new shiny, you can stay at the top for quite a while.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about dropping out of the top 10 anytime soon.
Get your mods right.
Yeah, mods are important. We stress that all the time. Like your mod game has to be on top, especially for GAC. So, I just find myself at 3v3. I'm just so unmotivated. The one thing I love about GAC is having fun with the community and stuff. But for 3v3, I'm just like, oh God.
Oh, you see, I'm the complete opposite. I love 3v3.
Can't stand threes. God, me
I
and
was
Finn
the
are
same
both.
thing. I hated 5v5, but I loved 3v3.
Oh,
I just,
3v3 is awesome. It's just so much
Yeah.
fun.
I know, it's like that in the community. Either you love it or you hate it. There's no one's like, eh.
And the thing with 3v3, the only thing that doesn't make sense is their team setups for 5v5 makes sense. Like the amount of teams you're required for the most part makes sense. As you go up in GP, it kind of strategically goes up in teams for GP, but the 3v3 doesn't make any sense. It's like, you could have 1 million GP and you're required to have like 9 teams. And then you go up like 5 million GP and you're only required to have like 2 more teams.
Right.
It's just stupid. It's like their stair step is retarded when it comes to 3v3. So that's dumb. But 5v5 is better on that. But the actual 3v3, I love it way better than the 5v5. That is something I definitely miss. I love the ability to go in and try and stump somebody with a unique 3v3 strategy, and or see something that's 3v3 and then go in with something that's 3v3 and have that challenge. That was definitely my favorite mode of all modes.
Some people really enjoy it. I find it just annoying as hell.
This game would be so boring without GAC.
It really would. Yeah. All right, Finn. Who we got next? Who's up? Oh, we're back up top. We're back to Heinzie.
Okay. So, Heinzie, question to you from JLY9. And the question is, what are the counters for 3v3 Galactic Legend Ray? I lost the last 2 Grand Arenas due to one character. Boo.
Before I answer that, if I can, Crumb's just come out a little while ago. He's put a post up. The team that we were talking about, the 3-man retreat team, the post reads, he's escalated this to the team responsible for fraud and cheating. They'll review to confirm, but it appears the auto-retreating teams were causing some false positives. Thanks for their heads up.
Okay.
You're doing the same thing. You're refreshing the forums. Wait for the.
Where did he post that?
The road ahead
in chat. Someone pinged it to me in a DM a second ago. Our man out there, Rico, actually just brought it up and let us know. So cheers, Rico.
Rico's on top of it.
Yeah, Rico is a legend.
Suave.
But I tell you what, if the false positives, they better clean them up soon. We've got hours before TB starts. Simple as that.
Yeah.
So they better get onto it, and they better get onto it damn fast. Anyway, sorry about that. Counters for Ray. Supreme Kylo.
That's about it. Or another Ray.
Supreme Kylo with Hux and who else? Hux and who did we put in there? Oh, Malik. Did it pretty well. Yeah, they'll do it in August, man. I'll check it out in August, Everett. Everything's August, right? It's crazy. Sorry. Yeah, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is really the ultimate option. 3v3, I struggled beating it with... I tried a gas team. Straight up gas did not work in the last round. I tried... What else did I try? I'm trying to remember now. Jeez, beer's kicking in, gentlemen. I'm sorry, it's still late here. Tried 2 teams against it, I believe, and neither of them worked. So, yeah, look, the only surefire hard counter is obviously Galactic Legend Kylo.
Or another, or your own Ray, right? That's it. I mean, a lot of people, they're just throwing their hands up for this.
Yep.
Like, especially if they don't have it, it's like, what do I do? And it's nothing's working. So, there are people saying, "Hey, Crumb is watching the stream." They're always watching.
Actually,
our streams.
sorry, just remembered. Sorry. Can I come back to that?
Yes.
Actually, sorry, I got a video from my opponent, actually. I just remembered now. He tried CLS Han Chewie, failed miserably. He then used Thrawn Lead, Gas, and... Oh, who was the other one? But it actually won. Give me a second. Sorry, let me bring it up, boys. Can I come back to it?
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Yeah, do your research and then we'll come back.
And I'll give you the team. But he actually sent me video of it working, and he cleared it in my last JSC.
I mean, the thing I was thinking about, like, if someone did have Galactic Legend, and I would do, like, against Ray, I would do, like, I'm thinking of Jedi Knight Revan, Thrawn, and Grandmaster Yoda.
Sorry?
Like,
yeah, Jedi Knight Revan Lead, Thrawn, and Gas. Took out my Galactic Legend Ray. It did not have the ultimate, though, at the time.
See, mine has the ultimate, so that makes it a little bit more spicy.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. That's good. That's good information. All right, next question to.
Okay, hold on, really quick.
Yes,
so I
what?
haven't found the post that you're referring to, right, Heinzie?
Mm-hmm.
So I went.
It's
I
general
went,
discussion on the main forum page.
Is it there? Did you find it?
Yeah.
Because I
I'm
found
looking at-
one from Chrome.
I'll send you a link to it.
Okay, because I found one from Chrome that says, I've escalated this to the team responsible for fraud and cheating. They will review to confirm, but it appears that auto-retweeting teams were causing false positives. That's the one you read, right?
That's the one I was talking about. I've just sent it to you as well.
Okay, the date on that is
how you
January
said it.
6th, 2020.
That's enough.
Double check your post. That is a post from January
It is too.
6th, 2020.
Oh, Rico let me down, dude. Love you,
So
bro.
this is a post that they are already aware of from 5 months ago and had already escalated to fraud and cheating. And Chrome responded that they've escalated it to the team for fraud and cheating.
I did not even look at the date. I just saw the post. I did not even look at the date.
Where's Bulldog
Rico,
when you need him to make a video about it so that he can get banned for showing everybody what you can get banned for doing? Eh?
So he is not listening, and in fact, they still
Bulldog,
probably have no
Bulldog,
clue.
Bulldog.
Wow.
Get yourself
Wow.
banned, Bulldog, for the do it for the community.
But I don't want to take one for the team. Get your naked ass out there and take one for the team.
Bulldog.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
If I had a
so
spare
I don't know if
account
they're
with
resolving
those three
it anytime
characters,
soon.
I would take one for the team. But
How brave of you, Nev. If I had a spare account, I'd take one for the team.
if I
Not
had
my
a spare
main account. I'm
with a
not giving that up. Yeah.
C3.
I have to say that's more updated than their Twitter account.
Not wrong.
That's January. The last time they updated their Twitter account was October of last year.
Okay.
Should have checked the Star Wars website.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, Finn. Round we go to Warrior.
Sorry, I just need to throw that in. Warrior, question to you from Bill Butlicker, and the question is, why does CG say they're doing something special for Empire Strikes Back, and then all we get is crappy feats?
Oh my
Anyone
God.
else feel CG dropped the ball big time?
That was a big slap.
Yeah, that is a shame. Their perception of big and our perception of big is different. I think the community's thought process and their thought process is always different. For Mother's Day, 1999 packs of females. What the community wanted was different. I just think that what they perceive and what the community perceives is always going to be different because they see differently the world, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a shame. That's really a shame. I thought they were going to do more for you guys, and I didn't know what they did for you, but now I know, and that's not surprising, unfortunately.
Yeah, they made this thing about, with the 40th anniversary, and it got us thinking, like, okay, they're going to do some new tunes maybe, or rework some stuff, and no, they just added feats to GAC with characters that still suck.
That's terrible. I did see those feats that were added, and I thought that was a clue to something that was to come. And then someone put on the forums like, no, that's not what that means. So we're just adding them as feats. So it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought they might do something nice like GOTB rewards, but for Hoth. I thought something like that would have been
not a bad
nice.
thought process. Yeah.
I thought something because I mentioned it at the beginning of the month. I'm like, it can't just be feats. Please do something extra. Give us something for doing Hoth because Hoth is Empire Strikes Back. So give us GOTB rewards or double the rewards. Make us want to return to Hoth for the Empire Strikes Back anniversary. But I just can't see it happening.
Yeah, I blame Finn.
Well, and they could have done something. Just a one-time package. They could have built a one-time, because packages are easy to build. Just so you guys know, on the back end, I do know this. This is a fact. Their packages are easy to build. They have to get approval, which is the hard part, but it's not that difficult to get approval. But the package is easy to build programming-wise. So they build the package. They could have built an Empire Strikes Back or whatever package, And then they could have just shoved anything that was Empire Strikes Back in there. They could have even done 5 shards. It didn't even have to be a lot, but there's a lot of characters from the Empire Strikes Back. They could have just given 5 of 5, 5, 5, 5. It could have been like 20 characters, 5 shards each. It would have been the gesture, right? It wouldn't even have to be. I mean, you could probably have all the characters 7 stars. You wouldn't even care. It would have just been, oh, I got a package.
Oh, wow.
Look, in the inbox, there's a package. Oh, this is so sweet. And then like 250 crystals. Why? Not because they have to, and it's not even going to help anybody. That's like, you'll spend that in a day. Everybody would spend that in a day. It's virtual currency. Who cares? But it would give you like a few crystals. Okay, everybody would spend that in a day on digital currency, but whatever. 250 crystals, a million credits, 5 shards or 10 shards, whatever, 5 shards from every character that's in the game from Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm creative. I don't know why I know they have creative people like me, and put those characters in there, and you just, on that day, you open it up and it's like, and then they had like a unique, what the hell is it? A portrait that you can only get if you open that package. If you're only playing that game on the day that package is open, that says you were playing the game during that time. Someone like me wouldn't have it, but someone that's playing the game during the time would. And so you open the package. It says, "Thanks for playing the game. Congratulations. We're celebrating this." And you got a bunch of little goodies, and it's nothing to them, but it's the gesture. That's the whole point of those types of things. I saw MSF do this for Mother's Day, and the package, I'll be honest, I looked at it, it was trash. There was nothing in it. I mean, the stuff MSF gave was like nothing, but everybody in MSF was like stoked. They were like, oh, look at what they gave us. And it was like, there's nothing even in there. It's like 6 characters, and there's 5 shards of 6 characters. You already have all those characters almost completely maxed out, and they're just like, yeah, but it's awesome, so it's just like, it's the gesture. People care about being just acknowledged, and so they could have done so much with that. It's just disheartening, I suppose. After years, you just wish that they just had a little more heart in it, because this showcases their heart condition, right? And that's the part that disheartens the community. It's not that we want to be mad at them. We don't want to be mad at them. We don't want to be frustrated. We love Star Wars. We love the game. We want their heart condition to be the same way that ours is. And it reflects in these small things. It reflects in these small decisions, or the lack of these decisions. That's all. I think that's disheartening. I wish they would have done a small package. I wish they had more people that thought like me, that worked for them, that could have just advocated for something small like that and said, listen, dude, this package digitally is going to cost us a virtual, $18,000 worldwide. Let's do it. Of $18,000 of virtual currency. Let's, it's not going to cost us anything legitimately, but virtually would be worth $18,000. Let's do it, or whatever, and let's give it away, and let's make it. It would have been easy to build. It would have taken one guy 4 hours to build the package, and then it would have taken them a week to get approval, from the uppers, and it would have meant the world to the community, and it would have been so much goodwill, and people would have been like instantly infused with goodwill for 3 months. I mean, it's like one thing like that just makes everybody happy for 3 to 6 months with this game. So I don't know. It just makes me sad that they don't do things like that.
I know.
They just don't.
I know. All right. Next question for English Breakfast over there.
Okay. You talking to me or Finn?
No, definitely you.
I am the English breakfast he's wanting.
Yeah, not really, because he's got his Twinkies. You don't know. You don't understand the power.
I already ate the Twinkie.
You don't understand the
and
power
a Twinkie does
of
not touch the sides of an English breakfast.
No, I didn't say it did. I'm just saying Finn has an addiction to Twinkies.
Yeah.
So,
I would take a volume of Twinkies equal to the volume of an English breakfast.
That's ridiculous. Wow. Why would you eat anything other than
because it's his world, and as Bob Rod said, you can do anything in your world.
All right. As long as they're regular or banana, the chocolate covers one's bit. Okay. Darcion 1972 for you, Nev. Question: other than 3v3, what should CG do to take GAC to the next level? It's really stale, fighting the same teams over and over and over again. Has it lost its luster?
I don't think it's lost its luster. The last 4 GACs, maybe, because the last 4 GACs prior to this 3v3 versus ships, it was the same 5v5 ships, and then before that 5v5 ships, and then before that, so it gets stale when they keep doing the same thing over and over again. I prefer it when they mix it up. I mean, I'd like to see the ultimate GAC mix up, because you've got 4 phases and they do 4 different types. I would like to see 5v5, 3v3, 5v5 in ships, and 3v3 in ships, because it would be the ultimate, test. Because if you can get Kyber from that, it shows that you're, good at all of them. But no, I don't think it's stale. But I do think moving forward, they need to make a Premier League at the top, so that they can separate out all those 7 mil GP Krakens at the top. And I would like to see I don't know, maybe some different feats in there, like they do. Like they used to do with Territory Wars. They would put different factions can do different things. I would like to see something like that trialed. I don't know if it would work in GAC, but sometimes it worked in. I mean, it worked in Territory Wars. The Territory Wars that they did, where Mace Windu insta killed Jango Fett. I think that was a 1999 Territory War during the anniversary of the Clone Wars. I mean, some of the feats that were in that anniversary one were just hilarious. They were just downright fun. I mean, we've had a rework of the Geos, so that one wouldn't really work. But the Geos were like ridiculously brilliant, and maybe some people don't like GAC because it's not fun. It's too tactics strategy based. Maybe they could make a GAC more fun with some extra bits and pieces in there for the people that aren't enamored by its wonderful structure, because that's what I think of GAC.
All right. Next question, back up to Heinze.
Okay. So Heinze, question from What Else 73: Can Nest with a Zeta solo Karth, Mission, and Zalbar?
Should do, depending on the gear level. Obviously, if Nesta's relic, she's very hard to beat anyway. So if it's a high relic one that you have, or a high geared one against a weak one, absolutely. Throw the days out there and then stun away and just break it down. It should break through, yes. Go after Karth first. Kill off the health pool if you can.
Yeah, Nest can do a lot of soloing 3v3. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Womp is soloing a lot. You've got obviously Nest doing a lot. Gas solos are very popular at the moment. So yeah, there is a lot of solos for underpoint scores. Yes.
Science.
It's more of a theory crafter's dream. 3v3. It really is. Not everyone likes it, but if you're a theory crafter, you certainly like hatching on things like that together that are unconventional.
Why would you want to? Okay. All right. Next question for Warrior. Warrior, question to you from Nightmare. What is the best defense setup for the Negotiator fleet?
Well, I don't know if anything has been added in the game since I left, but I don't believe so. So it would probably still be the same Negotiator fleet than when I left, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Pretty much,
yeah. So
they've in fact come out and said that they're not adding more regular ships because they don't care about filling out capital ships. So, hooray.
Exactly. So I would say status quo, the same exact setup that we had. When I left would be the same exact fleet that I would be continuing to use. And I still think that that's still a staple. That fleet is still a staple even to this day. Even with all the new fleets that have come out, it's still a very defensible fleet. I haven't got to see the makeup of like the top 20 of my old fleet shard or anything, but are you guys still using the Negotiator?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's Negotiator and Malevolence that's at the top. I mean, even the 2 new capital ships, the First Order and Resistance capital ships they brought out, they don't touch the sides. They just don't get used. It's Negotiator and Malevolence all the way.
Right. And the reason for that is because, and you can see this level of involvement. And again, pause. I'm not trying to be derogatory. So for anyone out there that's listening, don't be like, oh, he's bagging on the game, damn asshole. Excuse my language, but that's not it. But it's just an apple's an apple, right? You can see like ships. They don't spend enough time on ships to begin with, but early in ships there was like an introduction of 26 ships to begin with 2 capital ships, and then over time they've kind of they kind of were like, okay, we're gonna do something. So then they infuse a little, right, and then they infuse a little, but when they infused some ships, they would always, at least when they infused it, they would spend a lot of time on what they infused, doing a lot and giving us a lot. And the last time that they actually spent a lot of time actually giving us more quality was the Negotiator. That was the last time that they actually gave us a real meta around a capital ship, because even the Malevolence, when it came out, they were kind of like, meh, here's 2 ships, we're not even going to give you crew members. Like, it was like, we're just going to give you crewless ships, and it was kind of afterthoughts, and they were like, we thought about it, but and we know these ships are going to be like, there's going to be a problem down the road with them because they don't have crew members, and at some point when other crew members go up in gear, past Relic 7, they're going to be higher, and these crewless ships are going to suck in comparison, so we're going to have to do something to address that, but we don't have to worry about it for now because Relic 7 is going to be all we're going to now, so we're not going to worry about it for now. But you know what I mean? Like, they knew they were creating a problem with crewless ships, but they were like, we'll just do it for now. So Malevolence, even with the 2 ships they added, was like, that was the beginning of them just giving up on carrying with ships. And then from that point on, it was like the last 2 capital ships, it was just like,
capital ships.
Just use whatever you got, you guys. Just hodgepodge the crap you got. Just shove them all in there. And they were like, what do you got? Houndstooth, just use it. And then the new one comes out, and they're like, what do you got? Houndstooth, just use it. What do you got? Just Houndstooth, just use it. It's like, but you only have like 4 ships. They're like, that doesn't matter. Just those 4 ships plus 3 of whatever. And it's like, you didn't even build 7 or 8 ships of the same type. You know what I mean? It's really disheartening if you like ships. And I love ships. I love ships. And so for me, hearing all of those capital ships coming out, and the fact that they didn't like touch some of the old ships to like update them, and then they didn't bring out more ships like first order ships. They should have brought out a couple more. The Resistance should have got a couple more. They should have done some updates to those ships. It made me sad to see the kind of the downfall to that. So yeah, I would just say the original. I still have videos on my channel, lots of videos on my channel. So if you're curious as to how to play it and what the meta would be, go back to some of my videos on what to use in ships. And my last few videos, probably from December-ish, would be what to use in ships, would be from December of 2019, and that'll show you the meta to use, how to play it, and all of the nuances of that. And you're gonna and that it hasn't changed.
All right.
Twitter's going to get you, Warrior, for that. Twitter's going to get you.
Lord. Something about it. All right.
There's only a couple of people on Twitter that feel like I shouldn't have an opinion on the game anymore. For the record, and this is just my opinion, I've moved on from the game. What that means to me is I don't play the game anymore. But that doesn't mean that as a retired player, I can't still have an opinion.
Yeah, so it's like saying retired NFL players can't comment on the current game.
Yeah, and so that doesn't mean I haven't moved on. I've moved on. Moving on to me means I've moved on. I don't play anymore, because if I hadn't moved on, I'd be like secretly like playing it. Like it's like an addict secretly eating candy in the closet. But I still chat with all you guys. So the reason is because you're all friends. I'm not going to like just turn a switch and stop being friends with everybody I was friends with for 4 years. And to talk to you guys, what's the only thing we have in common, basically? The game, right? So it's the only conversation piece I have to like communicate with, which isn't true with Ranger, because obviously him and I have special forces, but it's true with a lot of you guys. So the only way I can like dialogue with many people on Twitter.
Me and Warrior, for the record,
we need to change that.
Me and Warrior,
do you like Twinkies?
Me and Warrior don't talk about SF stuff. We just talk about Legos. All right, I just want to throw that out.
That's right.
And
then of course we have Magic the Gathering a little bit, but I rarely play that. But I do see that on you guys' Twitter and stuff.
You need need to jump in there,
about
Warrior.
whatever
Boy,
on Twitter,
that'd make Loki's day, man. God
But
dang.
apparently, there's a couple of people on Twitter, specifically 3 people that are not okay with me talking about the game.
Well, ignore them.
I'm like, it's okay, you guys. And they're like, you haven't moved on. You need to move on. You can't have an opinion. I'm like, okay. They're like, you can have an opinion, but you can't have an opinion. I'm like, that's kind of doublespeak. They're like, but you can have one. I'm telling you, you can have one.
Yeah,
but you should.
you can still be critical thinking. Look at have experience from your past. It's the same as like when I watch, it's like if Peyton Manning does those things on ESPN where he goes in and looks at certain plays and stuff and what quarterbacks do and they can break it down. He's been in the league in like 6 years. I'm still going to listen to what Peyton Manning has to say even though he's not playing the game right now. If Tom Brady did the same thing, I'd be like, okay, I want to hear what Tom Brady has to say. It's like it's a little important.
As far as I'm concerned as well, I mean, I've been playing the game for 3 years or so, and for someone that's used a lot of Warriors videos as well, like many, many other people out there, as far as he's concerned, he can say whatever the hell he wants. Simple as that.
Yeah.
He's earned that right, man.
Yep. All right, next question, Finn.
No, I need to answer. Just, do you like Twinkies, Warrior?
No, don't.
Oh, dude, Twinkies, if they're from more than 14 months ago, yes, and they're going to probably still be around, but if they were made in like the last 12 months, probably not.
Oh, so you don't like the new Twinkies?
No, because the new Twinkies don't last. The old Twinkies were made with a special ingredient that would probably survive an atom bomb, but the new ones are not filled as well, and they don't have the same like crystallization technique that would, cauterize my innards.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The older ones were much more like shelf worthy. That's true. I can't argue with that.
The old ones could, survive an atom bomb. The new ones, they're trying to make fresher, and they're putting less ingredients to make them a little healthier. Healthier is a relative term, but
for Twinkies, yes.
They're like, we should probably put less of this filling in there because people are dying, so let's put 50% less filling. So I don't know, but Twinkies are good still. Don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, like maybe once every 6 months, I walk by them and I'm like, gonna have to throw those in my bag.
We have other topics of conversation where we need to. We'll take this offline. There's a lot of conversation.
I warned you, Warrior. You could have lied and said no, but
Oh no, I'm okay with it. I love any topic for conversation.
Well, it's going after Finn gets done with you, you'll never want to eat a Twinkie again.
Are you free later today, Warrior?
Oh, for Christ's sakes! Can we move on to the next question? This isn't Star Wars Galaxy of Twinkies. It's
I work 11, but I'll be available after that.
Christ.
Okay. So with that, by the way, guys, we are at the halfway mark. So if you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. There's 94 of you guys watching, but only 25 thumbs up. So please take a second to hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you head into the description of the chat after the stream to go and support all of the content creators that we have on Jedi Academy. Even if they're not here today, we have their link down below. So please make sure that you go and sub to their channels. And again, if you guys have questions, make sure you enter them in the chat with the word question at the start of it so that our bot picks it up and we can collect it. So if you guys have a typo or anything like that, Nightbot won't collect it. But in the meantime, you can retype it and do all of that kind of fun stuff, and it will then be caught by Nightbot. Please make sure that you guys get in your questions. We still have time to collect some more. So we will go to the next one now to
Neve.
The British bloke himself, Mr. Nev. Did that work, Ranger? Did I get it right calling him a
I think British American. American British. Okay. Something along those lines.
At least I'm not Australian.
He's second breakfast, Nev. There you go.
Is that Twinkies also?
No, it's not Twinkies.
No.
Get your goddamn mind out of the gutter. God.
No, Dodger.
I don't want any Twinkies in the gutter. All right.
Did you say draft dodger?
No, soap Dodger.
Soap dodger. That's even worse.
Well, he called me. I hate to be Australian. What do you think? I'm going to sit down and take that? I mean, let's be honest, man. I've got some.
Yeah, I was. If I'm going to sledge Heinzie, then I must expect a sledging back.
But I've still got standards, bro. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh God.
This is what happens when you put an Aussie and a Brit in a stream together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get yourself insulting each other, and no one understands a word.
No,
All right,
no, it's
question
not.
to you.
There you go again, Finn. You just don't get it. It's not called insulting. It's called sledging. When we do it, it's called sledging. There's a difference. There's an art form to it.
Pretty simple description is the Australians are the Hatfields and the English are the McCoys. Simple as that.
All right, there you go.
And you guys are okay.
We're the Walkers and they're the Lays.
We're the criminals, and we play better cricket than you.
Well, we had to give you something to do, while you were breaking those rocks and getting killed, bitten, and eaten and poisoned by everything.
Just
You sent us on a bro.
So we were doing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes questions.
All right, Nev, question to you from Gav P. And he says, what interesting, and he said around the corn, but we'll start with you. He said, what interesting 3v3 teams have you seen this GAC? Either ones that you couldn't beat at first, took banners from you, or you trampled but thought it would be tougher.
Well, I did actually see I saw a full Empire Strikes back team that was relicked, and I mean I beat it, but it was fun and it was interesting to see it. So it was CLS lead with Rolo and Captain Han Solo, and it was full, gear 13, fully relicked. And I saw that in I can't remember what account it was. I saw it on it was my Merc account actually, because I don't have any Gear 13 relic characters, and I had to go up against 11 Gear 13 relic characters, and that was one of them. It was a full Empire Strikes Back team. So it was interesting. It was fun to see it. It was extremely beatable, but yeah, it was a really, really kind of cool and interesting team. Somebody who's clearly a fan of the original trilogy going to town on original trilogy characters, even if they're not particularly that good. A bit like you, relicking your counterpart in the game, Finn.
Jedi Consular Finn.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Heinzie, what 3v3 teams have you seen? We'll kind of go around the corn here. And any interesting 3v3 teams you've seen so far in your GAC?
Yes, I do, actually. I came up against, just a little while ago, as a matter of fact, a Relic 4 Plo Koon, a Relic 3 Sergeant, and a Relic 5 Cody.
Were you facing Adastra?
No.
Oh.
No. Fair to say, it didn't last very long. It got white really quickly. Solo Malik, done deal, move on. But certainly one that, the old Plo Koon lead was certainly something that was quite surprising.
Science.
And Ranger, anything you've seen so far?
No, because no one's fought me yet. They won't fight me.
Yeah.
I mean, the team that we're doing my GC right afterwards, and of course, anybody on the panel is more than welcome to hang out while we do it, because we do it right after JC, take about 30 minutes, get it done. But yeah, they're pretty much traditional teams I've been seeing down there. The guy went really defense, and you'll see it for the JC, but I haven't seen anything like crazy yet on defense. So okay.
I'm guessing Separatist variants are still annoying on 3v3 with like Sunfac and Wat Tambor with like New Gunray as the leader. You know what I mean? Like those are still got to be like super annoying at the high end with like Relic 5 and above. Those just absolutely have to grind people's gears when you see that, because you have to take in something really amazing to beat it, and you don't want to. Because there's so many other really hard teams at that high end that you have to beat. At this point, especially with GLs, you've got, so many potentially high-end teams you have to beat that Separatists fall really low on the level. Like, that's a potentially, like low-level team in comparison. But it really requires a high-end team to beat. That's super annoying, because it's almost one of the worst teams to beat at this point, because the other teams you're going to dedicate a really amazing team to beat. But that one, you're like, damn it, because you really have to dedicate something amazing to beat it. And it just decimates a team naturally without you doing any, you have to go in with massive firepower to win and have any kind of chance of coming out with any kind of points. Because if you take anything that's just a B-level team, you're going to either lose or barely walk out with like subpar points, and that's the problem with the JC. You want maximum points. But then if you overshoot it and take in like a real high end A level team, then you don't have enough firepower for a team that you probably should have saved that for. It's just such a balancing problem with that. But that's why I like 3v3, because you can really start to stunt stuff. And with separatists, you can make so many cool variants, you know.
All right. Next question, Finn.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah, we're back to Heinze.
I'll go to Nev because the last one was kind of around the corner.
Okay,
We started with
go
Nev,
to Nev.
but I'll go to Nev here. So, Nev, question to you from Gavano. And the question is it more beneficial to get top 3 in Sith Raid or join a more established guild and get better guild rewards? My guild is only 190 GP now, but I'm 5.5 million with Supreme Leader Kylo and also about to have Rey.
What? I mean, he didn't. I mean, he's going to be doing dark side duty. I mean, it depends what your. I mean, it depends what your ultimate goals are, I guess. Because if you're in a better guild, I mean, the Sith Raid rewards are all well and good, but if you're in a higher GP guild, that means you're going to be getting more stars in your GOTBs, and if you're getting more stars in your GOTBs, you're getting more GET1, more GET2, you're getting more plus 12 pieces, but more slightly. So, yeah. If although saying that 195 million GP is still a decent guild, I mean, you're still going to be getting. I mean, 190, 200. You're still going to be getting what, between 20 and 24 stars in the dark side GOTB. So, I mean, is there that much of a difference? I mean, if you've been with that guild since the beginning, if you've been with that guild for, more than 12 months, I would probably stick with it. But that's just, an oversized sense of loyalty towards, a guild. But I mean, if you're like a whale or a kraken, if you're spending money in the game and you're not free to play, then I would say, probably move off, because if you're investing money as well as time in your account, then you're probably better off going for a better guild. I would say if you're free to play, you can afford the luxury of loyalty to a guild, but if you're investing money in the game, people have to understand that you want to get as much from your investment as possible, and moving to a guild that is getting more stars in a GOTB is more than understandable. So I would move depending on those caveats that I've just put out there.
All right.
I'm going to have to duck off now, guys. I need
All right,
to
go
make,
enjoy your
full
English
fry-up
breakfast.
for
Yes.
my parents. Yes.
Let's go enjoy the beans.
I will enjoy the Heinz baked beans.
Yes.
Sorry, Heinzie, what was that sledge? I missed that. Was it because it clearly wasn't good enough?
Oh, no, nick off, Soap Dodger. We're over you already. We've got a better bearded guy coming in, actually. Gridge just hit me up. He's going to be dropping in any minute, so we're replacing a beard for a beard.
Yeah, he does have better hair than me, though. So, say hi to me from him. But
all right.
thanks for having me on, guys, and cheerio.
Cheerio, brother.
Now, folks.
Love you,
I
brother.
thought you were getting beans, not Cheerios. What the hell? You're getting cereal now?
You're mentally retarded, Finn. I'm convinced. Good Lord. All right.
Getting Cheerios.
No, that's not what that means. You're just be quiet. Shh. Here, go play with the crayons in the corner. All right. We are back to Heinze, which is Australian for SWGOH.
Okay. So, Heinze, question from Mostef Isley. And the question is Supreme... Oh, actually, no, sorry. Mostef Isley, since some players like 3v3 GAC, do you think... or what do you think about a GAC mode selector between 3v3 and 5v5, similar to how you can deal with TBs?
No, I actually like the variety, to be honest. I think it's fair if everyone battles the same. At the end of the day, I like the change up. I think that's a good refreshing thing. Some people love it, some don't like it. I know that, like a lot of TBs, for instance, that are consistent, you get to choose which one you want. You always choose the same one anyway. I think you can be more stagnant doing that way. I think if you're forced to change things up from time to time, I can't see that being a bad thing. So no, I think it's all or not. I think you're 3v3 or 5v5, everyone's on an even playing field, and you all battle with your roster to the best of your ability and hopefully get Kyber.
Yeah. And it's funny, as much as as I don't like 3v3, I've been Kyber in all of 3v3 undefeated. It just doesn't work for me. But it'd be interesting if you could choose. I don't think CG would be bad. I don't know. I don't know how that would work if they would pull that off.
To do that.
Yeah,
I just don't want to touch GAC.
Keep it simple, stupid. Yep.
It's fun. Don't touch what If you're on a good
it's
team,
working. Yeah.
With it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not mess
I
it
think
up.
it's an interesting idea, though. I mean, I don't know how many people would choose. Like 60% of society would go this way, and 40% would go that way. I don't know what the breakout would be because you have to remember you'd lose that many potential competitors. And a lot of people don't like 3v3. And so what if you were at a 6 million plus, you're at the 4.5 million, whatever, and then, they're trying to match you with like people, and then nobody says 3v3, they don't like it. And then you're the only one that selects it, and there's only like 13 people.
Right.
And you constantly have to go against the same 13 people worldwide because you're at the highest end and nobody's selecting 3v3. That might get old, but I like the empowerment because it is truly it's you. It's not anybody else. And the guild forces you to choose what you have to go through. Like the guild decides what raids you're doing. The guild decides what TB you're doing. The guild decides what blah, 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 blah. And it's normally what's best for the guild. I get it. But with that, it is an interesting concept to say, I want to do 3v3 all the time. And you get to just click it, and then there's a lock-in period, and then after lock-in period you go into a pool of people who've chosen 3v3 or into a pool of people who've chosen 5v5. But to make that successful, I think they would need to kind of rework the tier system. But I think they need to rework the tier system anyway, because I feel like they did that initially, and then they haven't taken a look at it since, and they really do need to kind of refresh that.
Okay.
The matchmaking needs some attention. There's no doubt about that.
Well, it's weird. Like the opponents I'm facing have 300,000 more GP than me, right? So I'm facing people at 5.7 million, and I'm at 5.4. But they don't even have like their gas finished. And then I know it's based off your top 80 characters and stuff, but it's like I just put in Galactic Ray down, and no one's even bothered even messing with it. Yeah. So it's really weird.
My round today was. The same, I think it was like 100k difference in the top 80 GP, but there was a 900k difference. I had a 900k GP advantage over my opponent this round.
So, all right. Next question for Warrior.
Okay, so Warrior, question from Scorp30. And the question is, I'm gearing up my rebels for fun. Which is a better tank, Baze or Old Ben?
100% Old Ben. 1,000 million trillion %. Baze is Baze. I mean, he's got a double, dispel, which is cool. He's got the AoE dispel and he's got the targeted dispel. He's got interesting taunt mechanics, but Baze is Old Ben, unfortunately. Old Ben is insane. He's current meta. He really is. He's absolutely amazing on multiple different teams, but turn meter reduction on a tank with a double taunt going through a taunt removal is awesome. And turn removal, especially for any kind of PvP, is clutch when you're going against certain teams. I remember just right before I quit using the Rebels to beat Gas because of Old Ben, because he was able to reduce turn meter and allow me to smoke 2 or 3 of the Gas team before he was coming up out of his little kneely kneel that he does as his team's being decimated, and it was all because of turn meter reductions. So Old Ben, in my opinion, is just significantly better. Plus, Old Ben is a requirement in many spots that you need him for multiple things in the game. Whereas Baze is actually not actually needed anywhere in the game. He's not a prerequisite technically anywhere. So you can literally get away with never using Baze anywhere ever. Whereas Old Ben, you have to have him. So I would definitely go Old Ben.
That's science. Can't argue with it. All right. Next question, Dr. Finn.
Okay. Heinze, question from Oscar Meow.
Meow.
Question is Supreme Leader Kylo Ren good on defense in 3v3, or is he better suited for offense?
Depends on your matchup. If you have Galactic Legend Ray, you need, on your side, or if they have one, hang on for attack, it will wipe it. I did get caught. I dropped 3 battles against Supreme Leader Kylo Ren a few hours ago. It is very good still on defense, absolutely. Even without the ultimate, I didn't even get to the ultimate, it was scary good. But we broke it down in the end. But yes, it is good on defense or offense, just like Ray. I mean, if you've got one, I mean, you're going to use it one way or another. So use it to your advantage. Check like any GAC. Always check your opponent. I mean, that's obvious. If they have one, use it to your advantage. If they don't have one, it's pretty simple.
Science. You can't argue with science unless you're Finn. All right, next question, Finn.
All right, next one's actually for you, Ranger.
Uh-oh.
And question from Gavano, and he says, question, Ranger, which is more important in your opinion, unlocking Rey or putting the ultimate on Kylo? He said, P.S., the awesome panel. They said, awesome panel. This is the most informative weekly show. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. So, unlocking Rey or getting the
ultimate on Kylo.
Ultimates are always more important. Although, let me think about this. I mean, it's a ticket thing, right? Because getting the tickets for these characters are the suck.
Getting the tickets apparently on the Kylo event for the getting the ultimate is more difficult without Rey. So a lot of people are using what they have to go to Rey and
to get the and saving and not using their ultimate. See, I disagree with that. You can get the ultimates done. Loki's proven it. That's why we've done the videos and streams that we've done with the characters getting their ultimate, breaking down who uses the team and the strategy, right, for each of the different phases, so you can see how you get past those. What are the mods? What are the teams? Why are we using these characters? What's the order of killing, right? And Loki's proven it time and time again. And we both had our hiccup where we weren't really paying attention, or like reading chat or something, and we hit the wrong person. We're like, uh-oh. So that has happened. I mean, I was, it took me an extra day to get the ultimate done for Rey because I did a boo-boo. And Loki did a boo-boo too. It happens, right? But if you watch those videos, it can be done. Now, the Kylo one for ultimates is way harder to get if you're just doing it traditionally. When I think about when someone asks me, like, are you going to use your ultimates for Rey or save them for Kylo? I'm like, I'm using them for Rey, right? I know what it's going to take for me and how long it's going to take me to get Supreme Leader Kylo, right? And seeing what I've seen with what Loki has, and I have the same kind of mods as Loki, pretty much, I can do that, right? I'll just follow the plan, execute it like he did, and you'll do it, right? Just the same thing with Rey. Rey's a little bit easier. If you use the team that we recommend, and it doesn't matter whether it's tier 1 through 3 or tier 1 and 2 fights, or for both of them. So, and for Loki, what he does with Kylo is his teams, he is all the people that give turn meter, and he's just throwing turn meter to Kylo. And then he stuns Finn, he stuns Poe, and then uses his AoE and blows them away, right? Then it comes down to Rey's going to kill his entire team, but then he's using the special ability on Kylo at the end. He has so many stacks that he's going to kill Rey every time. And that's how you have to kind of think about it. You know, Rey's different. You want the full team to survive, so you're throwing your abilities on certain characters at certain moments, and you have JTR in there to keep him from being able to regen his health and protection. You save your Saber Swirl for the ads when you have it. You don't use it on Kylo, and then it's just a 1v5. 1v5, and then with all, you just go full in like Flynn, and you're constantly giving turn meter to JTR so you can get that, those blocks on him so he can't get his health and protection back. So they're different, right? But they're still viably beaten. So the way I look at it is, if you have Rey, get her ultimate. I can't tell you how OP that damn thing is, especially like in Arena or TW and stuff. I'm like, Kylo got his ultimate. Well, so did I. Rey's in her form, he's in his, and do your thing, Kylo. Okay, my turn. Wipe. You know, that's just the way it goes. So, you have to think about it like that, and it can be done. And I know people have been frustrated with the Supreme Leader Kylo, but I promise you, if you go back and watch how Loki did it, he's beaten it pretty much every time we've shown it on the stream, other than the time he was like, I forgot to do something. Then we're like, we're in trouble now. It didn't work. But if you follow the plan, it'll work out. So there you go. do your ultimate for Rey. Don't save it. Get her done. Move on to the next thing.
Okay, there you go. Next one. So Heinze, question from John Moran. Hi,
Hey.
Johnny Mo. Question. I just opened the Galactic Legend Rey event. What's the best team to use on the first level of the missions for her unlock?
I actually did I popped a link in there just underneath it, actually, for our man John. Biscuit Weasel did a good live stream with it and went through it piece by piece and detailed it all quite well. So check that out. But yeah, I basically have used, as I mentioned at the start earlier on today, I used Jedi Training Rey, Finn, Hero Poe, BB-8, and I used Holdo as well, and that cleared it well. You just keep feeding the heroes together, keep feeding the assist to each other, get the inspired up. So yeah, I let Finn go first to get the inspired on Poe. They tend to roll around pretty well from there.
Yeah, so we did the opposite, and we have a video that when we first started doing Rey, the team that we used for tier 1 and tier 2 was, of course, JTR. That's a given.
Funny about that.
Hero Finn, R2D2, C3PO, and BB-8.
Yeah, get the confusion up as well. That works great.
And you just use mass attack, and you keep them from getting turn meter and a whole bunch of stuff. So
there's no wrong answer. Just get the mods right, and you'll break through pretty easily in those first two tiers, because you've already got the relic levels up on those characters you need anyway. They're already strong. You just got to mod them correctly.
Yeah, and then we know the tier 3 fight is the paper rock, so there's just good luck.
Yeah.
Just do it. I did those the first. I just knocked those 3 out first because I couldn't stand doing it. Good Lord. I was like, please, God, let this be over. All right.
It suck balls.
All right, next question for Woyar.
All right. So Warrior, question from Nathan H. He said, which meta and a level team do you prefer to use with GAC defense?
Well, since I don't play anymore, that's kind of a question.
Well, what did you like prior to? Because really, the only thing different has really been Galactic Legends. So when you did,
as far as like 3v3, what were my favorite teams? Yeah. So I mean, like I was mentioning earlier, I did love the Separatists for defense. As far as setting defense, as far as offense, I liked to set. Or to keep, it's funny. It depends on, I guess, which account you're talking about. Whether it was like my 6.3 or 6.4, whatever, 6.7. I can't remember what it was. 6.3, 6.7 million GP account, or whether it was my free to play account. My free to play account, it was a balancing act, right? I kept my teams I knew I could win with always on offense, and then my second best teams, I always used those on defense. So like my Revan was one of my best teams. I used it in arena, so I always kept that for offense. But my Darth Revan was not quite up to par because I didn't have Malik yet. So my Darth Revan I would put on defense. So that was kind of an easy, team for me to know to put on defense. And then but for my main account, it was different. So I guess it just depends on, kind of where you're sitting at GP as to which one and whatnot. There was a website also, I don't know if they still have it or not, but there was a website that's a 3v3 and it's fun. You can go on and you can look and it tells you some interesting 3v3 comps. But basically with Rebels, I liked to keep, CLS, Chewie and Han as an offensive team. Just because it's super powerful. That's a really great offensive team that can shoot through basically anything. But I like to put Gas on defense because Gas was an excellent defensive team. One of the interesting teams I like to put on defense was I liked to put Bastila lead, and then Ezra and Hermit Yoda. I think that was the 3.
It's not a bad one.
We used that tonight, I think.
Bastila, Ezra, Hermit. I think that was it. Or it was, it was Old Ben, Ezra, and her. It's like, I think it's a tank, Ezra, because my Ezra was, before I left on my main account, my Ezra was like, I think at least a relic 5, and he was smacking fools for 100 grand on his double tap, 50k, and then on his special he was doing 100k, 120k. So I mean, he was insane. And then I would have her, and then of course everybody had all that bonus protection, so it was a really hard team to kind of get through initially. And then of course the tanks would auto taunt initially to start, and with turn meter reduction from old Ben and stuff, it would get going. So that's a fun kind of Jedi team to have on defense, but it really doesn't pull from anything, right? Because Ezra's kind of a leftover at 6 million GP. He's kind of a leftover character. Old Ben isn't necessarily needed for Rebels, and the same with her. She can be pulled off of the Revan team. And then of course Darth Revan, those were staples for defense, but you could also use them on offense if you needed to. But it really just depended on who I was going against and which team I was using. But I know I used Separatists. I always made at least 2 Separatist teams on defense. I primarily use Separatists for defense, and of course 3v3 you can make sometimes 3 teams through Separatists. And then my 501st was divided up into 2 defensive teams. I would normally do gas on one team, and then I would normally make a second team where I used the clone trooper with Rex as the leader, like Rex, clone trooper, and then Barriss Offee, I think. I'm trying to remember. But anyway, it was just kind of a filler team, but it was annoying because of all the turn meters she gets and the healing and the equalization of pressure, and then equalization of health, and then of course his turn meter gain, and then of course his little master blaster, damage he does, the Rex does. And so his damage, and then it's hard to kill him because she's equalizing health. And then, of course, the clone sergeant is just doing a ton of damage at the same time. And he gets a ton of turn meter as well already, just in and of himself with his crits. So it's one of those things where, you kind of can create some unique little oddball teams that people look at and go, man, that's trash, and then they take in something that they think is a B-level team for your B-level team, and they don't realize that a Rex lead is they forget Rex lead is Rex lead. So it's one of those things. That's why I liked 3v3, because you could definitely do those kinds of things. But without having my list in front of me and having not played GAC in 4 months, 5 months,
that's some pretty good suggestions there. Yeah, that's some good ideas. So there you go. And joining us with his hair finally fixed. It only took him an hour and a half to get on the stream, because you've got to look your best when you're here. The spokesman for Pantene products, Grid, is here.
Good morning. Yeah, I was.
You were sleeping and then woke up.
I don't know if, by definition, if I was dead. I don't know.
Okay.
Now, by definition, I'm alive, so.
All right.
I did everything I could to do that.
Yeah.
You almost got me.
I almost got you.
It was this close, but not close enough. All right, let's get some questions to Grid here, Finn.
Okay, so Gerdon, question to you from Darth Unlucky. He said, thoughts on the gas event return? I need gas. I want gas. It's been so long. And if you say soon, TM, I'll lose it. So when do you think the gas event is coming back?
So they went, it was what, December and then March?
February, I think, or something.
So,
End of February, beginning of March?
March 3rd, I think, was somewhere around there.
Somewhere in there. So to avoid the soon TM response, I would just say most likely June. I'd guess the beginning of June if they're going to stick with
I said originally, end of May, beginning of June would be
roughly 3 months. So somewhere towards the end of May, beginning of June, if they're going to stick with it. But them being CG, they could
do it anytime.
They could not.
Or not do it. Yeah, they could be like, hey, well, we decided it was just getting a little out of hand. 6 months from now, you'll see it. So
yeah, you'll see it sometime. Oh my goodness,
no. Is it a he or she?
She.
Yeah, she wants attention. Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, she's like, forget that you're streaming.
Look at me. I'm the streamer now.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Continue. Rapid fire, Finn. Let's do it.
Okay, I have to counter Gridon's
What
hair.
the
All right. So next question.
Hey Finn, welcome back. Carter called. They want their hair back.
Oh my
Welcome
god.
back.
Okay.
Finn's changed his hair now. Well, you do look like the teacher from Welcome Back, Carter. Oh my God,
And then later I'm gonna paint a happy little
Mr. Carter. Hey
No,
Finn, Mr. Carter.
Okay.
Do you wear that to work so you're not recognised? Like, RSG and stuff?
Oh
Like,
my
you know,
God.
undercover boss,
Undercover boss.
There's secrets being hatched. All right.
Wow.
All right. So next question. Let's go back to Heinze. Question from Nathan H. He said, "Is there any potential for 4v4 GAC?"
I think they mentioned it a while ago. I don't know if they'll do it or not. It's possible. I think, again, it would be another theory crafter's dream because no one's done it up until now. There's no reason why not. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't do it. At least,
What
you're not
about
gonna have a problem
6v6?
you're not going to have a problem with the retreat bug, are you? That sort of makes sense. But, yeah, look, it's certainly something that they could look at. Whether they do, who knows? Let's be honest. I mean, I'd like to say, yeah, let's do that. It's great, but there's more pressing issues like cough, most rework, cough. No.
What is
That's
this
actually
rework
how
you
they're
speak
going to
of?
fix the 3v3 issue. They're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna introduce 4v4 on the Road Ahead blog and then get rid of 3v3, and then they're
Yeah.
gonna fix that issue.
Oh my God.
Solves all the
You
problems.
guys think I'm joking, but that's
'cause-
probably
No, that's a legitimate way that CG solves things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's only a new problem. It hasn't been discovered before. January.
That
and then
goddamn
in
hair's
like
throwing me
3 months
off.
they'll introduce another character that escapes.
Jesus.
Yeah, they'll release another one.
Oh, God.
Character just to even the score.
All right, Finn, next question. Rapid fire. Let's go, Warrior.
All right. So if you guys have any other questions, make sure you get them in chat. We're rounding out for our serious questions. We do have a bunch of fun questions lined up.
Yeah.
So get those in. So question, Warrior from Nathan H, and he says, "I will soon finish Negotiator. Do you recommend that I also farm Grievous's Malevolence?"
I mean, once you finish Negotiator, yes, it diversify for sure, right? So diversify, get your Negotiator finished first, though. That's highest priority. The thing about Malevolence that's so cool is those other the ships that are needed are easy farms, and it gives you a ship that you can use on when you're on offense to be able to go through the Negotiator, and you can leave your Negotiator on defense. So definitely want to do that to diversify your portfolio, so to speak, of total ships. But it's not a rush. So, and it's definitely more important than the last 2 ships that they brought out.
All right, next question. Rapid fire. Grid. It helps if
Wake
you
up.
have your mic unmuted, Mr. Carter. We can't hear you, Mr.
That would
Carter.
help. All right. So that is it for the serious questions. We have fun questions now.
All right, Grid with the first. If Vidal Sassoon over there, if he doesn't look good, you don't look good. So what do you got for?
I don't know. I kind of like my curls. What do you think?
No.
I'll trust.
No, it just doesn't.
I support everyone in being themselves. So
That's a good answer, Grid, but that's bullshit. So
Dude,
wonder.
hey, Finn, the 70s called. They want their haircut back.
yeah, I mean, they
oh my
really
god,
do.
now he looks like why can't I remember his name from Stranger Things?
God,
The
Jesus
little kid
Christ.
from Stranger Things.
There you go.
You look like you're in hiding.
Mr. Carter, why are you
no.
wearing the Chicago Bears hat? I don't understand, Mr. Carter.
Oh, let me put an RSG hat on. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
You gotta like squish it down, Mr. Carter.
Yeah, I know. I need the fluff. Okay.
All right, great. Fire
All
away.
right, so first question.
Yeah, go to great.
Warrior, we had a question to you from Asuka, and Asuka said, "If this new game mode was a Meowsing, would you consider coming back? Are you too far behind Galactic Legends, or officially not interested?"
Oh no, I'm not too far behind anything. Like I said, I'm 6.4, 6.7. I can come back and instantly be back. My hang up is the leadership. They would have to change that principally. I can't. Like I would be happy to come back and play the game. I love the game. I love Star Wars, but it'd have to change at leadership for me to come back. So If and when that happens, if they have a change of leadership, then yeah, I'll be back. But they've got to pass the torch.
All right.
Next question. This is more general. Ouchie has a question, and she says, why lament a road ahead or a state of the galaxy when they don't even put any useful information in them anymore?
True.
That's like a haiku or something.
I know. I mean, they've had some useful information in those posts. They've had less in the Q&A.
Yeah, the Q&As
have been useful.
That's different. Yeah.
Those are terrible.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, the road ahead and the state of the galaxy, I mean, they usually give us something at least. And we still have a little bit of time. I think this is the last week based on their previous schedule that we would expect the road ahead, because normally they come out right around the middle of the month. I think they put it between, I think it was like the 10th and the 22nd in terms of their overall time frame of when they've done it in the past. So it should be coming out relatively soon. I don't know why everyone thought this week in particular. It's probably closer to this coming week that we're going to get something, and hopefully it's something worthwhile. But yeah.
That last State of the Galaxy, they shouldn't have even bothered releasing that. That was a waste of time. That was stupid.
It was. But I think the last one they put out there because they just haven't. I mean, I'll give them some slack on that. The COVID stuff probably changed a lot of their plans, right? They introduced some things with the whole like EA stay and play. So I'm sure that they had to shift everything because all of the EA programs had changed something to that whole stay and play initiative and trying to get things out to players. So it may have thrown everything off for them potentially, like it did for a lot of companies. So giving maybe a little bit of slack on the last State of the Galaxy, but now everything they're all moved into their remote locations. They should all be on their regular game plan and whatnot. So I think this one is probably going to be more meaningful than the last one. But again, that's probably me giving them more credit and leeway than they probably deserve it.
Well, it needs to be. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
We, as a community, we deserve better. It's a crazy concept, isn't it? Communication with your customer. It's not rocket science, is it? It really isn't. Customer service is key in every facet of every business everywhere across the world. So at the end of the day, here's an idea. Communicate with your customers and they'll keep buying from you.
All right. Next question.
All right. Next question is, we'll give this one. We can just throw Grid in here. So Grid, question from Gav P. Has OP got anything to do with OPP, or is that something completely different?
I think it's a new hair Jelly's trying.
Wait, what?
You're
Does
down with
being
OPP.
OP have anything to do with being with OPP?
He's young. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
I know. He's a child.
Yeah.
I actually don't know that one.
Naughty by nature. Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. No idea. He's going to go Google it later, though.
I guess he don't know me. Okay.
People's power.
What it's all about.
Other people's power. That's what it means.
Sure, that's what it means, Warrior. Way to keep it PG, buddy. That's not what it means.
You down with other people's galactic power? Yeah, you know me. You down with people's Jedi rays? Yeah, you know me.
You down with OGP?
Every last homie.
White guys doing rap. Awful. All right. Next question,
Okay,
Finn.
it's better than if I started putting on my accent, Ranger.
And anything is better than that.
Yeah, I know. All right, next one. Darsion 1972 for you, Ranger. He says, "Can you make a Rocky montage video with music as you work on the hill?"
Yeah, I know, right? We need a montage. Montage. I'm happy because if you saw the video yesterday, I'm at the tail end, and I did get all the rest of the rocks in yesterday. I've got about 10 more bags we need to purchase and get in there, and then dirt and mulch to haul up, which I'll do today. And I may take today off and do that tomorrow because it's butt hot out there. It's almost 90 degrees. It's like, right? No. But I'll see what the old Madre wants me to do. But I want to get that done because before the next rains, have that all set in. But the pipe's in, everything's done, all the digging's done, all the hard work is done, and the only thing I have left to do is that other project. But we'll wait till the fall to do that. So.
Okay. Next question, Dr. Feelgood. We'll go around the corn on this. Better lunch meat on a sandwich, liverwurst or mortadella? And he says, follow up, best condiment to use on said sandwich.
Pork with mustard! Yay!
Warrior, what about you? Liverwurst or mortadella, and then best condiment?
Neither one, and the best condiment, mayo.
Yeah. All right. So if you gave Warrior an option with bread and
I just take an inch of butter. Here we go. I'll eat a butter sandwich. And if you guys think that's disgusting, go back to the 1930s when we had the real depression, and that was what my dad got to eat. So butter sandwiches were a real thing.
Oh yes.
His mom would make fresh butter and fresh bread, and that was all that she could make because that was all the money they had. That was all that they had, the materials to make. And he would be like, I'm hungry. And she'd be like, make a butter sandwich. And so that was the thing. I didn't know that was a thing until I went to a family reunion, and he was like, do you want a sandwich, son? And I was like, yes, Dad. And he was like, all right, let me make you a butter sandwich. And I thought, mistakenly, he was talking about peanut butter. So I was like, yeah, sure, make me a peanut butter sandwich. And he didn't hear me, and so he's like, sure, I'll make you that butter sandwich. And he made me a filthy butter sandwich, and I tried one bite and I almost threw up. So yeah, that's the thing though.
All right. My dad likes was it pickles and mayonnaise sandwich? Like that's it. Just bread, mayonnaise, pickles. I was like, what? Didn't like that one.
All right.
Wow.
I didn't
All
want
right.
to know
Well, back to the original question.
I really don't know. Yeah, I'm afraid to ask Heinzie what they do down there in the land down under.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Liverwurst or mortadella, Heinzie?
No Vegemite. You can't use Vegemite.
No Vegemite sandwich. No, I'm kidding. No. Joke. It's a joke. No, look, neither. I'm partial to a triple smoked ham and spicy tomato relish sandwich.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. I can go with that.
All right. Fancy.
Grid?
I am pretty plain Jane. I just like a solid just ham sandwich with some cheese and lettuce. Very basic. Like very basic.
Add mayo on that and then I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next fun question.
None of us answered your question, by the way, Dr.
We got the.
By the way, if anybody wants to go to my Twitter account, they can see a special picture of the guest who was on this Jedi Academy. It's forever memorialized on my Twitter account.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Finn Ross with the hat.
It's your world. You can do anything you want.
I know. That's fantastic. I'm already putting the. Yeah. All right. Next question. We'll add this to the grid because I think the rest of us commented on it.
Sweet.
So the question is, how painful will the road ahead be after the huge letdown for the Empire Strikes Back announcement? I'm not optimistic.
I would echo that. All of my kind of my hope and optimism for CG really has just like Mace Windu, just went straight out the window, just gone.
You getting a rework?
What? The unreworked one. Yeah, the unreworked Mace Windu. I don't think they're gonna really like deliver much. I mean, the reason that the road ahead is gonna be so important is because they've literally done nothing for about 6 months plus, and so we need something. And actually, it's not that they haven't even done anything. They've actually shot themselves in the foot, made it worse by saying they're not giving us this and that and so on and so forth. So if nothing's in that road ahead, I mean, I'm gonna kind of continue on my way. I won't spend any money. I'll play the game for fun. I feel like it'll not shortly, but it'll be on a very quick downhill if nothing comes on that road ahead. So it's sad, but I'll just kind of like coast with it, I guess.
15 months. 15 months, nothing.
That's true. That's better. No content for sure. Yeah, for much longer than that. But they at least tried to give us something with Galactic Legends. That was only characters, not content, in a terrible event. But, ugh.
Coming up soon, 1v1 GACs, where you can play rock, paper, and scissors to your heart's content.
All right.
Don't even say that. Don't even joke. They might.
You forgot the other part, Lizard Spock. That'll be a part of it too.
No, that requires too much coding. They're not going to go back and add
You gotta
that.
buy a pack for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
Pack to unlock Lizard and Spock.
Hey, I'm giving him ideas. I gotta shut up.
Yeah, I know. we gave them the greatest idea for a GAC. So it's going to be, because they can't count correctly, so we're just going to say 20. So you're going to have to put 20 characters for 1v1 rock, paper, scissors. And it's going to be rock, paper, scissors. And then if you buy a pack, you can unlock the Lizard and Spock options for your game.
Hermit Yoda, 3PO, Watt.
Oh, God. I wonder if they would auto-retreat rock, paper, scissors.
Oh. We better delete. We don't need a record of this, gentlemen. We don't need some ideas.
Yeah, we should stop. This
my God.
They might
They
see
should
this.
They should create like a gang mode where you go in and it's 30 versus 30, and you get to pick your top 30 characters, and then the other person gets to pick their top 30 characters, and then you just hit auto battle. It's the only way to play. You have to hit auto, and it's like 2x speed, not 4x or 1x. It's just 2x speed, and it's auto, full chaos auto mode, and whoever wins, just gets this like massive bundle of like gear and stuff. And you can only play once a month, and you just get to pick your top 30 characters, and you got to go. It's like, that would be the most fun. Just go in, pick your top 30, hit chaos mode, record it. It would be the most fun to watch. 30 characters bashing on 30 characters and the computer trying to figure it out. It would be so funny.
Yeah.
Galactic Royale.
yeah.
Actually, oh my God.
Total chaos.
I've got a question for Heinzie. Heinzie, if a dingo eats your baby and then you eat the dingo, does that make you a cannibal?
Yeah.
All right.
Isn't the dingo his baby? Oh no, it's a kangaroo.
If a dingo eats his baby and then he eats the dingo, does that make him a cannibal?
Well,
No, it does not.
Yes, it's science.
if a small
Yes, it's
fish eats
science.
a bigger fish and then a shark eats that, then the shark's cannibal too.
Yeah.
Double cannibal.
That's
But the shark eats a fish anyways.
Dun, dun.
Next question.
All right. Next question. Bill Buttlicker says,
Oh.
what is everyone's guild getting in Lightside TB? We're consistently achieving 18 and pushing for 19.
That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
Same.
We're pretty much at 11 right now. I don't think we might be able to push 12, I think, if I remember correctly what we got last time. So we're right in that 11-12 range, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Yeah.
My retiree guild got 33. Woot woot!
What?
No, not, we're talking about Lightside.
Lights out.
Oh, never mind.
There's no wrong though. The
Wrong
dark
TV.
side.
Wrong
Dude, we're
TV.
doing that in dark
Yes.
side.
If you've seen one TB, you've seen them all.
Oh, that is not true. The
That is
Lightside
true.
TB is mathematically impossible to get. I think it's not even possible to get 33 right now.
It's not good. Yeah.
So I don't know, actually, on light side. I forgot. That one's less for sure. It's like,
Mhm.
what, 20, what are they doing? 22?
You're probably, yeah, TI and Ma are probably in that 22 to 24 range, probably, I think.
That's probably right. I forgot that one even existed.
Yeah,
That's-
because people just auto-deploy and then don't give a crap, so
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous. Okay, Bill Buttlicker question. Will there be a good and bad this week? I was disappointed it wasn't there last week. It's one of my favorite videos of the week. Well, thank you, by the way, Bill Buttlicker. And yes, it'll actually be on the RSG channel today at 7 p.m. It'll actually be a live stream version because I have to catch up on 2 weeks. So I
But
will
there was
live stream
nothing.
it. at
There was
7 p.m.
no news.
No, there is. So 7 p.m. On YouTube, and it'll be live streamed for you guys. And yeah, the reason it wasn't there last week, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar, I kind of mentioned it. Working on some things for the channel. Actually took Monday and Tuesday off to actually work on things, and it's kind of planned for beginning of June, a lot of the stuff that I'm working on. So I had to take some time off to get stuff together because my workload has been crazy, especially with COVID and stuff.
Crazy.
So,
Don't
yeah.
worry, man. You were combing your afro. That's what you were doing. We know what you're doing.
That's
Well, yeah, you have to.
We're on to
those
you.
curls aren't just natural, Heinzie. I mean, there's work put into that.
We're on to you, brother. We know what
I
you've
know.
been up.
All right, next question.
All right, Revenator, question. What happens if I fight a C-3PO, Hermit Yoda, and Watt team on defense with my own 3PO, Hermit Yoda, and Watt? Do I lose? Do I win? Do I still get banned?
No, you win. 'Cause
so
that's
good.
it depends
I
which
think
one's
it's-
faster.
No, I think we figured this out before when this first came out, and we tested it, I think, in like GA in Arena and stuff with people. I believe it calls it a draw.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I'm trying to recall, because we tested this when I think it was Hermit Yoda first came out, and I want to say it's called a draw because both sides retreat, and neither of them. I don't remember actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a draw, and that would actually be a safe way to make sure you didn't get auto banned.
Yeah.
Or you get banned as well. Maybe.
Hopefully.
That's interesting. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know how that would work.
Hey, who cares?
Only Revenator would have thought that up. Good job, Revenator.
Yeah.
We have science to test out. Okay. Fighting Drunk. Question. Is Heinzie doing something different with his hair? He looks different.
No.
Yeah, I've been going down to the barber shop. It's called Wal. Yeah, it's she's a bit thin up there. It's been a rough time down under. So yeah, we got the clippers going beautifully. A lot of the hair has, of course, slid down to the back. So it's that needs some attention. But the good thing is that's off camera right now.
Yeah. All right, next question.
God. You're talking about hair and haircuts, and then you say having trouble down under, and then, oh, God.
It's just.
Oh, there's no trouble down there. No. That's all. There's no problem in there. That is just. Oh.
That's exactly Fighting Drunk. He got onto the down under hair reference.
I got it. Just doesn't bother me.
I got there eventually. Yeah, no, he's
Exactly, Fighting Drunk. I was talking about your head hair.
there's no issue with tangles down there,
No.
ladies and gentlemen. But, enjoy your breakfast.
She's gone full Brazilian forest. Burnt that shit to the ground.
All right, next one. Fighting Drunk. Question for Warrior. Have you started any new hobbies or games with the time you've gotten back from not playing Galaxy of Europe? He did put 10 minutes of time, but I think Warrior spent more than 10 minutes. But.
Exactly. Yeah, so I've been playing a ton of Skyrim.
Nice.
My daughter, my 16-year-old daughter's picked it up, so I've been watching her play a lot as well. So she watches me play, I watch her play her game. So that's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot more around the house, I'll tell you that. Probably stuff I should have been doing to begin with. Like cleaning the garage and things like that I probably should have picked up and done from years ago. So it was good. It feels good to get some of those honeydews that have been sitting on my to-do list. So that's been good. And then I'm like, where did all this money come from? I've bought a 50th anniversary Camaro SS and got my wife a Honda Civic Turbo 2020. It's been really nice, the savings, not spending the amount of money. It's crazy the amount of money I'm saving, so it's been awesome.
Okay. Next question from Nightmare. He said, what will come first? A fix to this terrible matchmaking in GAC or a cure for coronavirus?
Yes.
I don't know. Is matchmaking in GAC really that bad? I'm not really seeing an issue with it because they focus it on the top 80, right? How people decide to take characters up to relics isn't really a question for CG, right? So if one person decides to relic up Darth Revan and another person decides to relic up Tusken Shaman, I mean, that's on the Tusken Shaman person for focusing on Tusken Shaman. And I don't think there needs to be any weight for characters. So I'm not really seeing an issue with matchmaking. They need to have more divisions, but I'm not seeing an issue with matchmaking. But are you guys?
Yeah, I am. As I said before, I've gone up against a 900k person, less than me, today with Grid. That should not happen. Top 80 GP, that figure is the only thing that determines matchmaking. It takes no indication into relics, regardless of what you put them on. The totals are all over the place. Mods, they're all over the place. They don't allow for any type of matchmaking with that. It certainly needs an overhaul, there's no doubt. Some people are going up against someone with Galactic Ray, at least one, maybe even two. It's certainly something that needs to be looked at and improved, and it's something that they just have not even looked at.
I can agree with you with mods. Mods for sure. They don't have anything in the matchmaking that takes place. But I'm just kind of wondering. So if they look at the top 80 GP, right? And I think we understand why they look at that, right? Because they assume one team on defense, one team on offense, and trying to be efficient and have the greatest thing, right? But so why does the lower portion of the matchups matter, right? Because the GP difference is going to be outside of the top 80, which are considered your top characters, right? So they're the ones you have more or less focused on the most, right? So why, I guess when they had the matchmaking earlier, when it was just total GP, that seemed more of a cluster than this one. So I'm kind of wondering what your solution would be for
mods. I mean, getting an average of 6 dot mods, I think, very similar to a top 80 GP would give you a better figure. But I think relics is certainly a bigger factor that needs to be, considered when it comes to the matchmaking process, in my opinion, because at the moment they just don't give a about the matchup with it. It's as simple as that. It's not even considered, and you're going up against guys that are buying relic packs left, right, and center. You could have a roster that you farm for 3 years. You've got a guy who comes in who's had it for 12 months. He's wailed out on it hard, and good on him doing that. But then buys all the relic packs, and then the other guy obviously doesn't buy the relic packs, and he's stuffed. It's again, there's different ways to look at it, but relics need to be considered in matchmaking, in my opinion, in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Next question
Yes.
from Durgan.
Oh.
Since none of the Jedi ever suspected Palpatine was a Sith Lord, do you think he was trained by the Spanish Inquisition?
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
That's a Ranger question right there. I mean,
The Inquisition. Watch out, send the Inquisition. Let's begin. We're on a mission to convert the Jews. Jews. Watch History of the World Part 1. That'll answer your question for you.
all right. Next question from What Else 73. He's gone now, but I'll ask the question. He says, "When I think of jelly, I think of Nev. Does that sound right?"
I thought of Beyonce.
I'll leave
but
that
sure.
to Heinze.
Yeah.
I think of warm beer when I think of Nev, but that's just me. I mean, everyone to their own. He might even have a bath one day. Who knows? It's crazy.
That's awful.
And their cricket team sucks. That's all that matters, really.
Oh my god.
All right, next question.
So I'm not stopping.
Nightmare question. Why does Obi-Wan not remember R2 in A New Hope? Because it's been so long, right?
That or he was playing like he didn't know him.
Probably playing, I would guess.
He was very. When Luke, what happened to
He's
my
a senile
father?
old man.
He played it like he gave certain information, he changed certain information, he pretended like he didn't know certain things.
He wanted to remain kind of third party from it.
So we're talking about A New Hope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't his memory erased at the end of Revenge of the Sith when he went on the rebel ship?
No, old Ben did not have his memory.
No, R2 and 3PO weren't their memories.
Well, 3PO, yeah, but R2 is still R2D2, right? Kenobi would have remembered R2. So, I mean...
Yeah, we're saying, why didn't Obi-Wan
I don't remember
R2?
ever owning a droid or anything like that, but I think he was playing that like, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's late.
Yeah. Science.
It's early.
Yeah.
All right, next question from Hellenix. And it was a question for both Nev and Heinze, but now we just have Heinze here. So, question to you, Heinze. Who has the better cricket team, England or Australia?
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
So we'll start with that one, Heinze.
Gee, I wonder what Heinz is going to say.
I don't even need to answer that.
See, it's no shock. There's no...
even a legitimate question.
And the next, the legitimate question is, why is Greece's backgammon team better than both your cricket teams?
Backgammon, brother.
Who cares?
Love you, Hellenix. You're an absolute superstar, man. You are an institution to many channels. We love you, bro.
All right, next question from Oscar to you, Heinze. She says, can you have a pet dingo in Australia?
Yes, you can. They are an endangered species, but yes, you can. But not a lot of people do. But yes, you can. Yeah. Hey, bring on the Aussie questions anytime. Bring them.
Yeah.
No problem. But yes, you can.
Kermit gave you one.
We obviously, I've got my Ruba ready to take me home after this. So anything's possible down under.
That's true.
Yeah.
All
hey,
right.
do you know what an Australian kiss is?
Oh God, don't.
It's just like a French kiss, but it's just down under. Didn't.
Okay, next question is for Ranger from Hellenic.
I don't know.
And he says,
I don't
am
know.
I a bad person for refusing to battle opponents with Galactic Legend tunes in GAC when an opponent has Galactic Legend tune and I set up a Soul Cup? Or am I a bad person despite this?
No. I mean, the first round, that's what my guy did. Is like, nope. And now the opponent I did today went hard on the defense and just cleared my north. It didn't even bother with the Galactic Legends. So when we do GAC, I'm just going to clear the south and win. And then, just... I may not be able to get the full clear because he's got, like, everything on defense. Like, I mean, everything. Darth Revan, CLS. I mean, he put gas down. Everything is on defense, so on the front wall, so... But I just have to clear like 3 teams down south, clear the back wall, and then 1 team up north, and I win easily. So, but that's kind of what your options are. I mean, the people I'm facing do not even have their gas finished, and they're trying to face me with the Galactic Legend. They're not even bothering because they just know they have no shot. So, but I don't really like threes anyway. Let's get through it. So, all right, let's round it up so I can go get my GAC done. Finn, God damn it.
Okay. Next question from Oscar to you, Ranger. Can we rename the guild to Meow Chlorians?
Yeah, good luck. I don't think Maddie and the boys are going to be allowing that anytime soon, Meow.
All right, and then the last question is from Nathan H. He says, what famous non-Star Wars villain reminds you most of CG? Then he said, P.S. Sheepy lives. Yeah, I know. So what non-Star Wars villain reminds you of CG? I had one that came to mind.
Darth Kermit! Your skills are no match for me, bitches.
Now, mine kind of I don't know why he came to mind, but my first one was Shinobi Shaw from X-Men. That was the first one I thought of when I think of CG outside of Star Wars. I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts. Non-Star Wars villain reminding you of CG?
Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Mr. Anderson.
Just keeps on coming back.
Yeah.
Mine would be Professor Calamitous. Jimmy Neutron. They never complete anything. They're always just kind of a sad excuse of a villain, but they are still technically one.
Yeah. Good call. Good call. All right.
Jimmy Neutron. All right. Go ahead, Ranger. We're done.
All right. So we're gonna go right into GAC. Anybody on the panel that wants to hang out, we're gonna do GAC fast and hard, and not. We're just go in there and knock it out. So I invite Grid and Heinz if they want to hang out for a few more minutes while we do it. But we're gonna go right into GAC after this, and then. For us, we like to at this point of the show, we like to let everybody pimp their stuff. Heinz, where can folks check you out at?
So pretty simple. Heinzie ANZGC. Not hard to find. The link's down below, I think, down under. I've got to stop doing that. During the week, basically we're like I think I mentioned it last time, the GMA of GAC at the moment. Harpoons and Beer is our show. On weekends, we do the US friendly times on Friday and Saturday evenings, late evenings, with my boy Grid there with that beautiful hair and magnificent beard and incredible hotness, as we all know and love.
Okay, get off his dick. Keep going.
No, by all means.
I'm not done yet. So it's crazy stuff. We have a ball together. Obviously, I have a lot of special guests on. It's just a lot of fun. We do some videos from time to time, of course. Come and join us. We muck around on Twitch a bit too these days. After party action, we get our balls out, as you know, Ranger. We have some fun with marbles. So everyone's a winner. So you can drop your balls in the cup, and it's a lot of fun. It's pretty mental. So guys, come and join us. We go a bit crazy, but come have some fun down under with me.
Yeah, there you go. Also, the two that were not here, Warrior, you can check out his channel. Just do Warrior Presents. And you can also check Nev. He has his own channel where he does his GACs, but you can also check him out on the Escape Podcast Cast. Every Friday they do their show and stuff. And Grid, where can folks check you out, my friend?
I'm on both Twitch and YouTube. I stream daily on Twitch, generally speaking, in the mornings. And then I post highlights and all that good fun stuff. And every once in a while I'll stream on YouTube as well, generally just on Fridays for the GACs. But I streamed daily there on Twitch. There's a hard push to get my cat here, Sable, her own Instagram, so maybe that'll pop up soon.
There you go.
Just for laughs and giggles. But everything's just Grid and WWL, stream daily, and I also got a Twitter. I post some memes out there if you guys want to hang out on Twitter every once in a while. But otherwise, yeah, primarily YouTube and Twitch.
All right. And if you're watching this, of course, you're watching this on Reality Skewed Gamers. We do this every Saturday. We do a lot of other streams during the week. We do the one stream. Wednesday, we have the longest running live stream in the community. And a bunch of other games and stuff we do, like we'll do D&D tomorrow. We do lots of games on Twitch and YouTube and stream all kinds of stuff. We stream, of course, this game. We do our GACs, things of that nature. So there's all kinds of content you can check out on this channel. But do me a favor, not just us, hit the thumbs up and subscribe on this channel if you haven't already, but also check out these other channels. These wonderful people come here on a Saturday, anywhere in the world, to be here to answer your questions. Show them some love, show them some support. Go visit their channels, watch their stuff. View time's very important. Thumbs up on videos, comments, all that good stuff is important. So support them for supporting you guys by answering the questions and giving you the information that you need on a Saturday morning. And in Heinz's case, Sunday morning somewhere.
Yeah.
Like early Sunday morning, number 2. All right, with that, we're going to go do some GACs on behalf of myself and the crew and the panel. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you keep your social distancing, wash your hands, stay safe, wear masks, do all that stuff. Corona, we don't want anybody catching this crap. We want to keep you all around so you can keep watching us. We'll keep you entertained, so buckle up, buckaroos, and we'll keep you entertained while you guys stay safe. So let's go do some GAC. Give me 5 minutes. We'll rock and roll, and then we'll take it from there. Peace out.